Back at it again with a grind again. It is your boy Jingo. This is your host from the Best Kept Secret podcast. And I am here with two special guests. Man, this has been what? Hey, what's going on?
No. Jingo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jingo.
Bro, like that's my introductions, bro. Can I do my introduction? Can I do my introduction?
I'm crying. No.
Let me do my introductions, bro. I beg you, let me do my introductions, bro.
Hey, no, sorry. Hey, Jingo, sorry.
And I'm not even gonna press right. Like I'm not gonna restart this, fam. I'm just gonna let it flow like this, bro.
All right, restart.
I'm not gonna restart. I'm not gonna restart. Let's go. I'm gonna say it again, and you gonna keep quiet. You understand? Mash, you've been very obedient. Thank you very much. Shit, he knows it, but this guy just wants to act up. For some reason, you just want to act up. But here you are. Back. Let me say my thing, innit? Let me say my thing. Ladies and gentlemen, back at it again with the grind again. It is your boy, Jingo. This is your host from the Best Kept Secret podcast. And I am here with two special guests. You understand? Like, this, like I was going to say, this has been an anticipated link up. Bro, I'm excited for this. You know what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, this is Sammy and Max. What up? What's going on? What's going on? How are you? Let's go this gang. What's going on? You know we ain't crying.
We're good, bro. We're good, man. How are you, man?
Yo, I've been all right, bro. Obviously, like it's been time since we linked up, Sammy. How are you? How's COVID been with you, bro? How has COVID been for you? The pandemic, in terms of what that has been going on. Like how's your life and etc.
Yes, it's been tough. It's not been easy. It's given me, however, it has given me more of an opportunity to create, individually, to sit back and actually build my brand.
Yeah.
And to just self-evaluate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As well as obviously to build the Summer Mash brand as well. So yeah, it's been tough, but at the same time, it's been an opportunity for personal growth and self-development.
Yeah, and from afar, bro, I just want to say, Sammy, Mash, I'm gonna get to you. Trust me, I'm gonna get to you. I just gotta be there. Sam, I'm very proud of you, bro. In terms of, I feel like 2020 has been your year. You don't even know it, bro, but it's just been your year, bro. You understand? And the thing is, bro, like you think that people are not watching you, and people are not watching your growth, but we see you, bro. But we're gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? Your how you started, doing your thing and all and etc. like that. But Mash, how has 2020 and obviously like in 2021 has been with you? Like how's it been for you in terms of the pandemic? How's that for you?
Well, it's been well because I've been able to look introspectively about myself, because a lot of things that keep you busy and keep you like active and stuff like that, they haven't happened as much. So I've been able to kind of like look into myself more. I've had periods when I've trying to develop myself in certain areas that I've let slide for all my life, really. And I'm still learning, man. It's been a massive learning period. I'm still learning.
I mean, listen, this life is a learning process, isn't it? You get what I'm saying? Like you said, something that I feel like the beautiful things that we do up like teenagers are actually haunting. I don't know about you, and they're haunting us. Certain things that you thought that it was minuscule is actually, it's just come up in your life right now. You know what I'm saying? And obviously to move forward in your life, I don't know how that is for you. Maybe in marriage, maybe finding other significance. I feel like we're at that age right now anyways, isn't it? Finding other significance and all that stuff there. You want to be the best version when you enter that relationship. You don't want to be a burden. You understand? You just don't want to be a burden in that respect there. So I feel you on that, bro. But not to sway from the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about consistency and patience. Do you know what I'm saying? Consistency and patience. I feel like this whole topic here is very broad, bro. It's very broad, and I just want you just to be as honest as possible. I just want to start with, because I know that you are dancers. Many, listen, I'm not going to be like some people, like a lot of people know you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You are dancers. In my opinion, you are the best Afro dancers like on the scene right now, the best. Do you get what I'm saying? You're frontline. Hey, I'm going to say it, bro. You're frontline, bro. You're doing your thing, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But let's just start with, in terms of, how you started and how this topic, obviously, like consistency and patience relates to you in a sense, in it. So I'm gonna start with you, Mash, in it. How has your journey in terms of self-development, character, and just your talents, like how's that been for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start from the beginning.
Well, I guess I've always had like a kind of leaning towards dancing. I've always liked dancing throughout a very young age. I can't tell you that I've been I can't tell you that I went to classes at a young age, but it was something that was in me for a while. And until one day when I was doing Duke of Edinburgh in like a youth camp or whatever, a youth place. And I heard my kind of music playing. And I was like, what? Hey, what is that? He's playing those tunes, bro. And until I stepped into that studio, and that was literally the beginning of everything for me. That was the beginning of many friendships, many learning curves as well, and just many lessons for me, because I was now, rather than being in my own little bubble of like doing things for myself, I was now fair enough in a team with a group of people that was learning off of. And I can't lie, there was a lot of habits I grew that grew with me, but I had to kind of let go as time went on, and move from one dance group to the other. Started to meet with different types of people, and I really then understood discipline. I understood what it meant to like train and constantly get better and not be stagnant in that kind of position, because it's all right to look at past glories and be like, yeah, I did well, but you kind of need to have that hunger to go forward, because yes, people can look back at your past and say, yeah, you were sick. You're still alive in it, so you still have to make that impact and also like continue to improve, look back, and also want to just get better. I guess that's kind of the lessons I've learned over the period. It's been like since 2015, like 6 years now.
Oh, so you officially started dancing in 2015, basically.
Yeah.
Is that what you? Oh, okay. So I guess because everybody knows you for just Afro, obviously dancing, innit? Do you do other dances? Because you mentioned other. Can you do other styles of dancing, in a sense like that?
Oh, I can't physically say that. Yeah, I've learned, because to say you can do other styles is like you have to know the discipline, and I've not really been in such environment where I've like gone from the roots of a certain dance to learn again, not like Afro. But I prior to the lockdown, I was taking other classes like to just broaden my style, kind of thing. So yeah.
So obviously, like, let's pause that. So same thing as you, Sammy, man. Obviously, like, I think I'm ahead of everybody because I know part of the story in terms of how it started and etc. So same question, man, that's thrown into you in terms of how you started. You know what I'm saying? And how patience and consistency, in general, and just in your walk of life and just your talents in it. How does that really correlate to you, and how does that speak to you?
So yeah, I would say similar. It's quite similar to Nash. From young, I've been dancing from young, and I'd say I took it seriously. I was a bit on and off, but I took it seriously back in 2007. 2007. Took it seriously. Started doing talent shows. Of course, I was influenced like from young. It all started off from like watching little films and like seeing people dancing in films, and then I was like, right, okay, I could do that. So obviously years go by now, 2007. Of course, that passion was triggered again from obviously watching movies and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing talent shows. Like performed at different, started performing at different places, different events. I attended I was part of a little dance group, little street dance group in after school clubs, those sort of things there. It's been a long journey though, but I thank God. I wouldn't say again, I wouldn't try and claim a style outside of Afro. The way I claim Afro, I wouldn't necessarily claim the style out of respect for the style simply because I don't think I've learnt the discipline of it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't learned the foundations and stuff like that. I wasn't taught properly, if that makes sense.
So obviously outside looking in, I'm just thinking that you have mastered. All of you have mastered this, because the way you lot done so effortlessly, but is you move the way you just move in it is raw. You lot have been doing this for years. You get what I'm trying to say? So for you to say that you're still, there's always room to improve in it. You understand? So, but I would just say this in it. I would just say this in terms of, patience in it. I feel like in terms of gifts, we tend to think that if you just lean on your gift in it, that if you just lean on your gift, in a sense that's all you need to succeed. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's not the case, man, because you've mentioned one thing that just correlates with me, like you said, it's I used to play football, I was the one that played semi-pro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played semi-pro. You know them ones that people I played semi-pro. I did. I played for soccer. Yeah. I was a right back, fullback fam. I did my thing in it. You get what I'm saying? So it's but the thing is, my coach. I remember my coach told me nothing. No, he told my friends I got lazy. I was very talented, bro. I was fast. I was very skillful. Listen, people used to compare me from Danny Alves, man. People used to compare me to Danny Alves. Now I ain't saying this you can go check my people that can obviously vouch for me. You understand? Play for Fulham, B team. I played for Welling United pre-season. I had trials for Maidstone United. You want me to go on, bro? I was really out here, bro. You understand? I was really out here. But I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the patience. Now, when I had left, obviously the academy soccer league, one of my coaches told my friend that Jingo is a very talented is a very talented footballer. Do you get what I'm saying? He has everything. Do you understand? But the thing that brought me down, he thought he already made it, and then he stopped working. The discipline was not there. Do you know at 17 years old, brother, I ain't gonna lie, I dropped a tear a little bit. Because he was telling the truth, bro. Patience and consistency is what gets you the results, not your gift. Your gift will make room for you. But if you don't really get active in that room, it all comes to a veil, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, Mash, I'll go with you. In your journey of exploring your talents and etc., just your life, how does consistency and patience, or how do consistency and patience look to you, in a sense, in it? You know what I'm saying? I know that you went through hurdles, bro. You understand? I know that. Listen, you look very, very calm. You look like a very calm guy, like nothing ever bothers you. But we don't know your life, cuz we don't really know your life. You my brother, you just smiling, you just dancing like it. We're just smiling over because you're giving us that type of energy. You understand? But for sure, we know that obviously that you go through your process and all that stuff. So just tell us in the sense of how has your growth and discipline and patience with your talents, how has that been for
you? I guess with me, I kind of always try to tell myself that I'm not always right. How I feel is not always the right way. How I sometimes may respond to certain things might not always be right. So trying to be a teachable person, someone that can actually learn and take things in sometimes. Because I can't lie to you, bro. Yeah, I may look like someone that doesn't, things don't bother me, but bro, I promise you that can be the opposite sometimes.
For sure.
Sam can tell you if there's something wrong, you will see it. But what do you call it? It's there's been times where I've had to, like, especially with dance, in like we attend a class every Sunday back when things were, you know, up and running. And I think that even the last class, I was absolutely rattled. Like, there was a routine to get along, and I just wasn't getting it. I had it at one point, and then I felt the pressure, and then it just went off, and my mood was changed. And it took my bro, like, to talk to me, saying that, listen, bro, just because you don't get it once doesn't mean you should stop. Keep on trying again. Like, keep going. And in terms of patience, how I believe that kind of shows patience is the fact that, you know, it's not like I'm not trying to rush perfection. In my head, I'm trying to rush perfection sometimes, but being able to be patient with myself, saying that, okay, fair enough, there's been a lot of time for me to get this, but that doesn't mean I can't still work on it. Do you know what I mean? And that's something I've realized, you know, even throughout, like, GCSEs and stuff like that. Yeah, fair enough, you do the subject at one time, you learn it from school, but bro, you can still revise it to go back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
that makes
bro,
sense.
you said
hello?
Bro, you said patience. What was the other word?
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That one as well. It's like, consistency for me, the reason why it's in my forefront kind of thing is because, like, I just don't want to, I want to be that change that I can tell to people that, listen, I want you to do this, but I also want to be examples for that.
Yeah.
And, like, I know, for example, like, I might not be dancing for many years of my life, but I want to be able to look back at a time like this and say, I was consistent, I did my thing. Whether or not I don't post as many videos, but I'm still out here training and trying to be better than I was yesterday. Does that make sense?
Like, you know, I know that we're men of faith in a sense, in it. So I feel like the story that resonates with me, and I know that resonates with you, is the story of David, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, if anybody that was called, they had a process that they had to go through of quote unquote training. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you look at, like, for example, Moses, like, he was 40 years in the wilderness, just 40 years in the wilderness before, you know, God, you know, gave him that call for another 40 years in the wilderness again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? For another 40 years. So, like, that whole story is just so amazing, fam. Like, because the timeline, 40 years in the wilderness and then 40 years leading God's people. Do you get what I'm saying? But he was a shepherd within the wilderness. So he had the skills already as a shepherd. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he was a shepherd anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Same thing as King, obviously, King David. You know what I'm saying? King David didn't become a king up, like, I think, age of 40. Man. So imagine that time he was just under Saul, learning. Do you get what I'm saying? And imagine, bro, like, see, the thing that you know, that most people get wrong here is, like, even me personally, fam, we know that you're called, you know that you're gifted. Do you get what I'm saying? But you don't want to be humble. You don't want to be humble and go through your process. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't want to be humble with your process. And, you know, you said one thing about, you know, I remember you said, like, you know, posting, you still post videos and all that stuff then. And that, bro, I just started this whole thing, you know, and yo, the views here, they pay me, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm the most impatient person. And people are like, 15 people just watching my thing. I'm like, bro, you guys, I've been editing this whole thing for about 3 hours. You're just gonna give me 15 views, huh? Do you get what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you know, at the end of the day, consistency is everything. Now, back to you, Sammy, bro. Like, you know, I know your process. I know your process. You was out here, you know, if people can see, if people knew your journey, this guy used to just dance in his room, fam. Dance in his room. He didn't have the physique. Was a little bit chubby, mate. Was a little bit chubby. That's it, really. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, but you gotta tell it though. You gotta tell it. That was part of your consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Say as it is, man.
That was your fam, that was your secret place. Do you understand? Before God actually put you on the pedestal, because I feel like, I don't think God has put you to the actual pedestal, but he's shown you what you can become. He has shown you what you can
100%.
And the thing is, like, you know, your whole, like, bro, like, you don't understand when I say people watch you, I watch you, bro, and you are inspiration, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I remember in 2016, like I said, you was just dancing in your room, trying to get, you know, into anything that you can. Do you get what I'm saying? So just, you know, like same thing as Mash. Just tell us in terms of, you know, how, you know, consistent patience correlates with, you know, your growth, your discipline, and etc. How does that? How did that? Yeah.
Okay. What I will say to that is, firstly, consistency and patience is, for me, I'd say it still can be a struggle till this day. No matter what stage we're at, it will always be a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because we're always like hungry to go higher, hungry to go for more, and you know what I'm saying, and so forth, that we forget to actually look back and just be thankful. You know what I'm saying? Being thankful, looking back and being thankful. Sometimes, even me, I forget all the time. But when I actually look back and I'm grateful and I'm thankful, it fuels me to be more consistent and mainly patient anyway. It fuels my patience. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'll say gratitude fuels my patience. And my consistency as well. You see what I'm saying? So like for me, of course, yeah, obviously, Jingo, you were there back in the day, back in uni, where I'll just bang out J Holidays, I'll bang out Sarkodia, you know, I'll just be in my room dancing. If I'm not going, if I ain't got lectures, I'll just be in my room banging in sessions. You know what I'm saying? And it's mad. Even I'd say even way as far back as like when Azonto first came out, and like I'd be I'll be 2011.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw the old old videos. Yeah.
Yeah, the old videos, like, fam, even before the old videos, before I even had the confidence to post videos, I'll be in my kitchen washing dishes and dancing at the same time. Mom and dad would be like, why is he taking so long in the kitchen? I'll just be dancing a lot, listening to, you know, the beats that make me dance like that, innit? So, yeah, there were times where I was just so impatient because I'd see people online, like, you know, that you look at them, you're like, oh man, like, come on, I could do more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's that sort of thing. Not necessarily being arrogant, but when you're real with yourself, when you believe in your craft, and you see someone who's not really doing as much or putting as much effort the way you're doing, and they're still getting a higher reward than you, it burns. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, if you're not careful, it will eat you up to the point where you just won't be patient. You see what I'm saying? And for me, it got to a point where I was like, no, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I've always heard, like, you know, those when people collect their awards or they win the Oscars, the main thing that sticks out is consistency and patience. You know what I'm saying? Patience, that consistency, like, keep following, keep pursuing your dreams or whatnot. And patience as in that day will come eventually. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Till this very day, our consistency is there. Like, we try our best, even if it's not all the time, but when we can, because obviously we work, you know what I'm saying? We work full-time jobs, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, sometimes, like, the money we make, some of it, you know, goes towards our craft, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe buying equipment, buying, you know, little stuff, or maybe filming or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, that sort of consistency, it's been embedded in us. You know what I'm saying? It almost becomes a second nature to us. But at the same time, we may fall short because, you know, sometimes you get carried away with, like, you see someone who's probably just entered the scene, and then it's no shade to any dancer. Like, maybe you got someone who just entered the scene, who just maybe started dancing. They've done small steps, boom, they've blown. You know what I'm saying? But then it's people like us, Sunday in, back in the day, Sunday in, Sunday out. We're putting in work. We're sweating out. I'm bringing like 3, last match, I'm bringing 2 to 3 t-shirts. Like, we're literally grinding. You know what I'm saying? And then we post a video and then it doesn't get that sort of recognition. Like, if sometimes it does get to us, sometimes it does. You know what I'm saying?
Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, of course, but exactly. But bruv, what can you do? You just gotta keep going in it. So yeah, man. So like, it's just a thing of we just gotta keep encouraging ourselves in it. Look, our time will come, but for now, let's applaud others. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and that is, I agree with you. Applauding others in the journey, like, you know, through the journey, you just gotta do that, because I feel like when you fall in that comparison, comparison type of thing, it's like, hey, but you're gonna lose your blessing, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's where I say comparison breeds hate. If you're not careful, comparison will breed hate. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's one thing I have been aware of. Like, see me, it's the same thing as me, like, because obviously, doing this podcast has been a hard one for me, bro. Like, you know, I struggled with anxiety, bro, like just to do this thing. Like, believe it or not, I had this idea since 2018. Do you get what I'm saying? I just started it right now in 2021. So for me personally, that was a big step, bro, a big step for me. And like I said, obviously, like, and I also want to talk about this. It's like, you know, patience, but most importantly, consistency. Is like what you put in within that. You get what I'm saying? And you mentioned a couple of things. Like, for me to really, you know, push my gift and just have that consistency, I had to buy equipment. I had to buy equipment. Do you get what I'm saying? And it really strained me, because obviously, like, we're working 9-to-5 jobs where you got bills to pay. You also have people. I don't know, obviously, I help my family back home. So it's like the little that I have, it's like when you look at other people that they're buying houses and all that stuff there, but you just, what you have, you need to put in your crop. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end, you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say, for example, your camera is about £400 to £500 fam. You understand? And that's all you have. You understand? You put in your camera fam. You understand? So it's like, yeah. So with that, you know, how like you even mentioned a couple of things there, like in the sense of obviously like what you put in terms of, you know, with your, you know, when you're consistent, what things that you put in. So can you just elaborate obviously, like, let's just speak as Sam and Matt, you understand? You know what I'm saying? So obviously, let's start with you first, and then Sam and how you looked at it together. So obviously, Matt, like, what things, you know, did you have to put in for you to be consistent? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like for me, for example, like I said, it was obviously equipment and etc. like that. You understand? So how was that for you?
Well, like Sam had said, we normally go to Sunday class, and obviously it's not a free class. It's something we have to pay for on a regular basis, right? So I can speak for Sam as well. Like, what we do, we sometimes set aside money out of our wages, because you know how normally when you get paid, you just pay your bills, pay this, pay that. Sometimes set aside like money for the week or for the month of what we're supposed to pay for. And in terms of like, because that's just in terms of classes. Now, in terms of filming and furthering your craft, like Sam has purchased a gimbal, like, to film himself or to film others. That's how we like gone into it. So even I've got my own gimbal as well, and it's now also like giving time where we can, because like Sam said, we're both working 9 to 5. So in times where we can spare, you know, a few hours just to dance or practice, we try to when possible at the same time. And it's just like more so being intentional as well, kind of thing. Because like, it's nice to like just go with the flow, but also knowing what you're really trying to achieve by each step that you take at the same time.
So you're saying that your goals has to be clear. Your goals has to be clear as day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be consistent, but and then you won't be in that. There will be no fruits within the end. You understand? If there's no no type of goal. So would you agree with Mash in terms of what he said? Because I feel like, you know, that you're in the same, obviously, like field type of as dancing. So it's like, I'm guessing, you know, what you put in is what he said in a sense, innit?
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So with obviously, let's talk about, you know, having that patience, that consistency, and then, you know, I guess, you know, that opportunity arises, you know, and you're like, Lord, finally, you know, this is it. And I believe that this is it was, you know, I can't remember, it's got the best dancers in it.
Oh, the greatest dancer.
The greatest dancer. And that was in 2020. And that was the year that I guess, you know, like I said to you, like I looked at my brother like, yo, yeah, like, yo, God is doing something good here. Do you know what I'm saying? And even your face is like, oh, I'm like, do you know what I'm saying? That's how we was, fam. Like we were watching this, like, what? Even the sister said no, cuz even the sister, you understand what I mean by the sister, the black girl. Yeah, so it's like, sorry. Nah. So let's talk about, obviously, like, I would say downfalls or whatnot, but like, you know, having that, you know, how did that make you lot feel, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of the aftermath. Do you get what I'm saying? You lot think that this is it. And
all right.
Boom.
All right, let me start. I was burning. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and say, yeah, the consistency. Nah, man, I was consistently burning. Like, I was burning because it's a thing. The reason why I was burning is because, like, we really, really came out of our comfort zone. You see what I'm saying? Like, that right there is this is not something we'll do on a regular basis. For us to go out of our way to go on national television and I mean, yeah, it was amazing, but to go on national television and be rejected, that was like, yeah, that was, to me, it felt a bit humiliating. You see what I'm saying? Even though we represented the culture, we did our thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though we got that no, it was very, like, one of those no's where, like, the whole country saw you, like, get rejected. You know what I'm saying? And that's what burnt me. You see what I'm saying? But, like, it was amazing to see that, look, we made our friends and families proud just by making it that far on TV, national big TV. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, even with them, like, for us to still, like, fam, do what we do despite that sort of rejection we had, like, fam, we can only be God. You see what I'm saying?
Yo,
I was burning. I was burning. I was burning.
Obviously, like, you felt it 10 times harder, but it's like, I feel like people that know you from the surface, they were even burning more because, like, what? Hey, you are mocking it. Them man, they are talented. For me, it's like, it was kind of personal because I'm like, brother, you don't understand this guy's process, isn't it? You understand? And obviously, Mash, like, and I know, like, Mash is talented. So I'm like, yo, you lot are bugging, innit? You understand? So anyways, but before I get what I want to get to, Mash, how did you feel? How was your feeling? Do you understand? Because, I don't know. Because in this group, I feel as though that Sam is the one that is always asking you, oh, man, I don't know what to do, man. And you're like, calm, bro, just chill, man. We're gonna make you through. So it's like, you just telling me, like, Sam is like, oh, fam, like, and that is growth, Sam. That is actually growth, because 2016, that's not how he was. Then you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, you know, so I guess that's personal growth. But Sammy, Mash, how was that for you? Like, when you received that rejection, you know, on the greatest dancer?
B for burning, fam. You see what you said about Sam and listen, that we kind of reverse roles. There are times when he's not feeling it, and I'm like, bro, just calm. But sometimes I'm not feeling it, and he's like, bro, fix up. Do you know what I mean? So I promise you, it's definitely a transactional relationship. No, that day, nah. bro. No, nah, it wasn't that thing. It wasn't like I could come and tell you that, yeah, I was feeling encouraged and stuff like that. But one thing though, I felt like at that point in time, I thought, I'm going again. I'm going to take this again. Like, I wasn't defeated. I was just like, okay, I messed up. We messed up in front of national TV. But
sorry, can you
I
say
know
that
that
again?
this is not the end of the same.
I feel like that's very important. When you got that rejection, you said what? I'm sorry, I'm a what?
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna do it again.
I'm going again.
Yeah. But after all, I can't lie, it's like I'm not doing it again. But the feeling of wanting to go is like that's sometimes how it feels at times, especially if we're battling. You know, Sam, when we're battling each other, sometimes like, oh, no, I'm gonna again.
Yeah. We don't back down.
We don't back down. That's the thing about us. And that in that moment in time, I was like, nah, I need to go again. And it was like a lot of people, when you fail, sometimes you feel on the inside. Do you know what I mean? You feel on like on a personal level, but we failed on a national level. Do you know what I mean? So you saw my face.
What? Hey,
someone saw my face.
Hey, you better.
Them man were like,
talk that talk.
Next door neighbor saw that, my G. My next door neighbor, my parents' next door neighbor saw that.
But you know what? We didn't. It wasn't a defining moment. I feel like if one lives in a moment for too long, life just goes past them. But the year preceding that, Sam and I worked harder than I think we've ever worked in our past. Like the amount of stuff we were able to put out and the kind of levels we were able to get together, it was something different. Do you know what I mean? Even if we did get through it, the grind never stops. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we still have to do more to top it, more and more. And I feel like we did that last year. So even now, up to now, we're still doing it.
Yeah,
we'll continue doing it, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
there's
yeah. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to add on to what Mash said as well. Since then, of course, Mash and I, even though we're like, okay, you know what, we don't need national television to define us. Like we were, we really like grinded, and it was it came so natural. You see what I'm saying? Like, and like we've really worked hard even till this very moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we have our frustrations, maybe on not getting a routine, or maybe us for getting cover, or like getting so many takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a thing of the consistency to make sure that video is the take that we want. Is found that's a lot. That's character building, because sometimes there'll be certain videos we'll do, it'll found be more than 5 takes. Like, realistically speaking, more than 5 takes. You know what I'm saying? And there'll be a thing of like, okay, you know what? Let's go again. I'm tired. We'll take a break. Let's go again. You see what I'm saying? But if you think about it, the structure of it, sometimes, like when I saw that, when I see that, sometimes it teaches me in life. Like, there are times when, consistency is important, and patience. Also, within that sort of bracket of patience, you need rest, because you'll get burnt out, all for the sake of what's it called? Consistency. Sometimes you may not even realize you're burnt out. You know what I'm saying? The signs that you will realize, there'll be signs, like the signs are like, there'll be times where you want to do it, but you just, it's like you just don't feel, like you just feel mentally tired.
Drained.
You see what I'm saying? You just feel mentally and emotionally drained. Like the slightest things will annoy you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's your time to rest. You see what I'm saying? Rejuvenate, and then get back on your feet. You see what I'm saying? So again, that falls under the bracket of patience. You see what I'm saying?
And that's it.
So like I think with us, like, there've been times when some of us may not, like, it's not that, okay, for example, if Mash was to shout me, say, oh, Sam, are you free to do this? Maybe I'll be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Not because I don't want to do that thing. Maybe it's simply because I'm just drained. You see what I'm saying?
I think you have to be honest, in
a time
when you're drained, you have to.
You just have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there are times when sometimes sometimes we'll just clock like, okay, you know what? Maybe you just burnt out, innit? You see what I'm saying? And you need that time to yourself. And I think I think me and Mash, we're both learning that individually. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just how to kind of when to know that, okay, you know what? We need to rejuvenate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying? So it's a thing of let's not forget to rest. I'm working on that myself. I won't lie to you. I'm still working on that. So yeah, man. I hope I made sense. But yeah.
No, you made sense. Like, yo, let's just yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. You gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say one more thing. Is like
go on. Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking back to the whole great dances. Like we failed nationally, but we're still winning on our small environment.
What? Yo, the streets happy, bro. What the streets know, like the streets know the real talent, bro. You get what I'm saying? You know what when rappers say, "Nah, I ain't had a beat, but the streets are talking." You know, it's the same for you. Real talk. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
No, that's it, man. That's what I was saying, bro.
Yeah, like for real, like, and in terms of resting, I'll just add my 2 piece. Like, you know, this life is not a 100-meter sprint. It's a marathon.
Bro.
Yeah.
Anything that you do is not a 100-meter sprint, but a marathon. If you get it twisted that is a 100-meter sprint, you're probably gonna fail. Like you ain't gonna go. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's so interesting that you lot have just covered this because, bro, I need it in my own life, innit? Because I'm for me personally, I thoroughly examine myself, man. I know that I'm the most impatient person ever, man. You get what I'm saying? I guess it's because of, you know, it's just coming from a different background, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of, you know what I'm saying? Poverty and it's like I want to achieve some things that my grandmother, before she, her time comes, I want to show for like, yo, mama, this is what I did. And I'll just go into that a little bit. Bro, I never had no toys. I never had no toys in it. So what I used to do is when I was younger, around 6, 7, yeah, I used to use actually 9, about 9. I used to use shoes as cars. I used to use shoes as cars, bro. And do you know the low tops? Those were the normal BMWs. And the high tops were the X5s. Now, you know this ain't a joke because I'm describing this as how it is. And I remember one thing my grandma didn't do is she didn't kill that dream. Because I would say like, oh, grandma, I'm coming to come pick you up from work. And she's like, I'm hopping in, this and that and that. And long story short, at the end of it, she always say to me, one day that will happen. And that always stood with me in it. So it's like when I'm out here just doing all this stuff, like even though I'm being consistent and all that stuff there, the impatience and just being drained out literally cripples me in a sense, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's so important for you to say that, in a sense that resting is very important, bro. Resting is very important. And what Mash also said, like in a sense as well, is like, getting back and doing it again. 2020, long story short, I had an interview with Sony Records, bro. Columbia Records, for a streaming, a streaming role, a radio streaming role. Bro, you don't understand. The way I planned this whole thing, I was like, bro, like this whole podcast thing is gonna blow. I even told myself that, yo, I'm gonna be the first person that will do a podcast for Sony Columbia Records. Yo, brother, I was literally hyping myself up. Long story short, I didn't get a job. It crippled me, bro. It really crippled me. Because I literally thought that because I had Sony headphones, I thought that it was a sign from God. Hey, listen, God, this is my time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so interesting that you're saying that, getting back up, but also understanding that, resting is important. It's like, I don't want to talk too much. You know me, I talk too much. But anyways, let's go about with an interview. So not even an interview, it's a podcast with a man I was going to say on the blog, but we said obviously like, but anyways, the aftermath. Let's talk about the aftermath. Let's talk about the aftermath. So, you know, the greatest dancer didn't go as planned, but you know, there was a lot of life lessons there. So how has, you know, the aftermath been for you? How has, you know, after the greatest dancer, you know, the auditions, how has that been for you? How's the grind been for you? Have you topped that? Have you topped that? Has that been like a sign, you know, quote unquote from God, like you're nearly there? Do you know what I'm saying? Just top it up a notch or just stay consistent. How is that for you? I'll start with you, Mash.
Well, yeah, preceding that, it's been good because one, like, normally when something like that happens to people, you know, that could be a defining moment just to stop the whole dancing, you know, due to like self-consciousness and stuff like that. But no, it's been good because, like, personally, that I've been at that point in time afterwards, I started teaching at schools and stuff. And I was going every Saturday to like this school to teach and share my knowledge and passion for dance and to another generation, which was something that was very good for me. And it was just nice to see the people who were interested in learning that, because it kind of took the attention away from me more, because I was always thinking about, yeah, when I blow, when I do this, but I've kind of forgot about, you know, the people coming up at the same time. Like, there would be a time where they need to be inspired by someone, and could I be that right person at the same time? So being a teacher to a few students at the time was very good, and also kind of like it added some money in my pocket as well. So that was good, and also had some opportunities to work with some artists in doing like music videos and stuff like that. So in terms of that, for me, with like I never stopped. I just kept on going, kept on trying to be available as much as I could be.
And that was the NSG, you know, NSG one.
Yeah, one of them.
That was that, yeah. And and their success is amazing, because I remember their man used to come to our uni like they're just normal guys, fam. I feel like that love and affection. When that love and affection came out, you understand that was a time. But their growth has been, yeah, that love and I used to bang it. I ain't gonna lie to you, fam. I used to bang that out.
So bang it still.
But yeah, so
just one more.
Yeah, go on.
Like the people that surround me as well, like people like Sam and like even homebros and like the family and most of the dancers I know and just people around me, like being amongst them and like-minded people is what's also kept me going, because I can't lie to you, if not for them, I don't know where I'd be right now at the same time, because it's like being surrounded by that much good energy has pushed me to almost do better or want to do better.
So a good support system is very important in that route as well.
100.
When you're going through your journey, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously you can't make it out. You can't be successful just by yourself, and you need that support system. So Sammy, how has that been for you? You know, after the you know that. I guess I wouldn't say rejection, fam. We need to say it's rejection, bro, because it was no rejection. It's a stepping stone, innit? Let's just say it's a stepping stone. It's a blessing, bro. You get what I'm saying? How has that been? You know what I'm saying? After that blessing.
Well, for us to call it a blessing, that's faith. It takes a lot of faith for us to say that it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll say.
Nah, I like you though. You're very honest. You're very honest.
I'll say as it is, fam. Cause if I was honest, yeah, the thing, it's a done out situation, cause about blessing. But yeah, that blessing was literally a boxing glove in the face. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone punched you in your diaphragm. So that's how I've been blessed. But no, after that blessing that we went through, it was a thing of like, yeah, it's been all right. Like, it's not like, eventually I got over it. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, but then when it was then aired, like months after, it was like, and then everyone finding out, everyone, you know, doing the whole pity party. and us, and like that phase eventually left. So what? And we knew that, okay, this phase is gonna go. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how it is with like 15 minutes of fame. When that sort of thing goes, people move on with their life. Because really and truly, they don't care. You gotta realize that them man, they don't care. Fam. They got their bills to pay. That's what they know. 9 to 5, pay your bills, have peace of mind for 5 minutes, and go work again. You see what I'm saying? That's literally how we've been programmed. Well, you know what I'm saying? But for me anyway, like, sorry, I digress. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, it's been all right. As in, my mind's been more, my mind's been more focused on just trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. You know, the person in terms of dance. If I was to talk about dance-wise, or even enjoying the stage you're at right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, like not just maybe I'm at a certain stage that I know, okay, I'm growing. You see what I'm saying? You know, I can't expect to grow overnight with my dancing. Certain steps I did yesterday, I could still do it today.
I feel like you need to, little. You need to say that again, bro. You can't grow overnight. You can't grow overnight to do what?
Yeah, literally, I say that you just can't grow overnight. If you want to be consistent and stuff, you just can't. It's just not. It doesn't work that way. Even though we want it to work that way because of the microwavable generation we live in today.
Please talk about
it. Just the reality is it doesn't, and sometimes we forget. We forget all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so eager to just be better than the person yesterday. You see what I'm saying? But it's a thing of like, you know what? Like we're doing our thing. And for me, I'm just focused on just grinding, doing what I can. Also maintaining your mental health, looking out, like literally looking out after your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because again, yeah, we're dancers and that, but we're human. You see what I'm saying? We have feelings. When stuff like that happens, you know, when a blessing like that happens, of course, like we have a soul. You know what I'm saying? We don't just say, oh, yeah, it's a blessing. No, it's a stepping stone. Yeah, hallelujah. But then your lungs and your heart is just paining you, fam. Why? Because you're burning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be, there comes a point where you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real with yourself mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? As well as just outwardly, or to try and make like put up this like hard exterior. Because trust me, it's not. It won't work. You will crumble.
I feel like feeling
it.
Like I feel like, you know, having that awareness to feel that emotion is, or whatever emotions of the blessing, when that blessing came, is very important. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's better now you feel it now.
Oh, it's highly important.
Do you get it? It's better now you feel it now than.
Then yeah, let it build up.
Let it building up, and then you just crash. Suddenly, you just crash in it. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's so important, bro. It's so important that you're saying that about the mental health. Mental health in this whole process of just, you know, pursuing what God has put in your heart is very important, bro. Like when you look at, because I love like everything that I do, bro. I refer to scripture, and I don't really care, fam. You get what I'm saying? Because that's where I get my wisdom from, and that's my peace. I don't care what nobody says. In terms of, you know, mental health, like it's gonna sound crazy, but Jesus actually maintained his mental health when he was here as well on the earth. Like Jesus would preach, and all of a sudden would just depart from everybody. He needs a break, bro. Even Jesus needs a break. Even Jesus needs to sleep and rest. Do you get what I'm saying? So if, I guess, you know, our Father in heaven, when he was on earth, obviously did that. Obviously, like, who are we, bro? To feel like we're just here, just robots, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And we can just deal with everything as it comes. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, it's very important, bro. It's very important. So, Mash, what do you think about your mental health state in just when you pursue that, what God has put in your heart?
I feel like when God puts that in your heart, you have to be ready. You have to be, when I say ready, you have to be ready for your heart to break at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of yourself you're gonna have to let go of. The self that you've been taught for over the years, the self that you're accustomed to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to learn to disassociate yourself and actually follow him. You have to learn to cast out what you want and what you want to do and what you feel like is right for his sake. Now it's a thing where it's funny you're talking about Jesus as well, because like when you said he rested, right?
Yeah.
And he also had like people, he had friends, he had men who were surrounding him. I mean, Jesus did a lot of things that he could have done by himself. He could have said that, I don't need to get baptized. But in order to set an example of what a man with a vision, or what a man who's supposed to carry out a mission is supposed to look like. A man who's not just like, who's just left by himself, a man who's to be held accountable to. He had 12 other brothers with him.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. Like, when you want to carry a vision as well, sometimes you don't have to do it. Not sometimes, you don't have to do it by yourself. God surrounds you with people that assist you and guide you, and also, for your mental health, like you bottling things up as well. Like there's so many things that sometimes I've kept, and I like to bottle things up myself, and it can destroy me from the inside, and most like everyone else as well. But being able to share with other people, there's a sort of, I feel like there's some sort of release you get in your brain and in your heart, because it's like, what have you've been lugging around? It's like you've just been set free from. So, like, these things are a process as well, because like a modern day man, what men look like are meant to be strong. They're meant to look like they're people who can do things by themselves.
And that's what society
I don't need you. Exactly. It says that, bruv, don't be weak. Don't show your feelings, bruv. Don't show your failures. Show your wins. I just want to see your wins. No fail, no losses. Just show me you winning. And it's that that's what breeds intimidation in us. So like when we try to compare ourselves to other men who don't even seem to fail, we're now intimidated because we don't match up to what we're looking at. And let's say if you have a vision,
brother, hey, this guy is preaching. I don't know. Like, hey, if I had a mic drop club, I need this tornadoes. And them explosions. I'm gonna get them. Say that again. Sammy, Mash, you've been reading, fam. I don't know what but go on.
Nah, bro. Enjoy his life.
No, man.
No, man.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, Mash, please. Reiterate that what you say.
So like when we see other men achieving their goals, because we haven't understood their failures, it's like, right, I can't fail them. Like I need to make sure that I'm passing through everything. And it's like we're trying to now create the man in us that we see in other people, but because we don't have what it looks like or show that failure in ourselves, or can see that failure in other people, we're like, I don't even match up. And then we now forfeit our vision and just be like, I can't reach. I can't reach. This guy's jarring.
Mash. No, Mash. Hey, what? And you know what? So many people have forfeited dreams because of comparison. Comparing in terms of like how they want the success to turn out to certain people. Do you get what I'm saying? But you'll forget that you have your own process that you gotta go through. Do you get what I'm saying? So do you get what I'm trying to say? And bro, what? I hear my chest. All right, Sammy, can you follow from that? Can you follow? Can you follow from that?
Yeah, listen, my name got big words like a minute, but that is what I'm gonna say. So